You don't believe me?
In a city of spectacle and grandeur, the biggest show in town right now is right here, Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas. Coming up, we have a good one for you. Between the Atlanta Falcons and the Las Vegas Raiders. Ready to get us started, and away we go at Allegiant Stadium. Devin Tompkins to return, and he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. They send a receiver in motion right. Penix to the air to start us off. Short pass brought in. And they will finally catch up to him just a second before he can reach that 40. Give him 13 on that play. And that is good enough for Atlanta. First down.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
Set of downs now from the 39. They're going to run it here. It's Bijan Robinson. And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. Landon Roberts coming over for the hit.
You know, that's a good run right there. Keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
Come up after that 4-yard gain. It's 2nd and 6. Mooney will go in motion left. Penix working from the gun. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. First time this game they've looked to him. And now they're going to face 3rd down. All right, partner, testing the perimeter early there. Coverage held up. Could be a tough day for those outside receivers to make an impact.
Okay, partner, testing you here. You've heard me say this a lot. Okay, coordinator's job is to get you man-to-man coverage, and your job is?
To win it. 3rd down, it's Penix. We had it for a moment, but a great defensive play. Jarrett loose, incomplete. Couldn't throw for it on 3rd down, and as a result, they're headed off the field earlier than expected on their opening series.
Keeping them off the scoreboard, well, that's already a win defensively. Not letting them even cross midfield, that's the cherry on top.
So here we go. This is that aggressive mindset they've been talking about. They're going for it here. Throwing for the pistol, Penix. And it's a turnover to begin their game. That's incomplete on 4th, and it's going to go over on down.
Do you think maybe, just maybe, there's a chance of having too much confidence offensively? That's not a spot you want to see a team going for it on 4th down. And now it puts their defense right on the hook to try and pick them up after that miscue on 4th.
Right to the air with Smith. That's complete to the back, Ashton Jeanty. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
This is Jeanty on 2nd. Stopped after a gain of 2. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
Okay, that's a run that's home on the stat sheet. But if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Smith on 3rd and short. Oh, he put everything he had into that throw. And he brings it in. Touchdown, Las Vegas. The Raiders get a perfect start. They've gone up 6-0. So a touchdown on the board for him, Brock, as they start this game off a perfect 1-for-1 offensively.
Yeah, I'm going to call that scripting for success right there. Can't do it much better than that. And listen, when you script these first plays, you don't always know who the targets are going to be. It's really then relying upon what the defense is trying to take away. They couldn't take away that big old tight end.
Carlson adds the extra point. And the Raiders will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Carlson all set now for the kickoff. Tompkins now to return. And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
All right, starting in the pistol this time, Brock. 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Penix. Right side, reeled in by Pitts. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. Big gainer here as he picks up 20. And that's a Falcon 1st down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after it.
Taking a deep shot there on 1st down. Okay, no luck connecting. It's incomplete.
You know exactly what he's thinking. Hopefully next time it's a little bit easier. The degree of difficulty on that one high. Throwing the double coverage, odds are against you.
After the incomplete pass, here comes 2nd and 10. Shotgun snap, a give to Robinson. This shouldn't get much beyond the line. A yard at most. Evan White hauls him down.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, with the transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. So that brings up 4th and long.
Well, that took some force right there. That took some serious defensive effort to force the incompletion. You're not going to see a lot of guys ever let go of a football when they got a 1st down right in their midst. But that force, that contact, separated man from ball.
4th down, Penix. And this one winds up incomplete. They took their shot at extending the series, but it's going to be a new possession when we resume play. Time now for the 2nd quarter. Raiders in possession. They'll begin a new drive, 1st and 10. And off to Jesse. The drive starts out small, just 1 yard on that play.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Could lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on 2nd.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. Back to Genty. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Give him about 3 yards, and now they're going to have 3rd and 5 to figure out.
Sometimes you just feel like in the background of every ho-hum run is a bigger play. Just needed one more component. Hit that extra block a little longer. Find the lane quicker. The defender may be a half step late, and this could have been much, much more exciting.
Looking to throw. Smith. Completed over the middle. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
I know the combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. That was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
All set to go now from the 35. First down, Smith to throw. Into the hands of Tucker, complete. And they're on him right near the catch point as he gets this to the 24-yard line. So a new set of downs. Here we go, 1st and 10. Genty from the gun. And he gets this down to the 22 before being stopped. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8.
It'll be this group's job watching the film to find all these plays. The ones that amount to really very little statistically and identify what was needed to just make them a little bigger, stretch them further. Afterthought plays now, they could be the big gains of next week.
Pressure comes, Smith. That's taken in nicely by Brock Bowers. He's got him inside the 15 before going out. A 9-yard gain and good for a first down.
That's another Las Vegas first down. 1st and 10 at the 13.
In the red zone on first. He's going to score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. The Raiders grow their lead just before halftime. Brock Bowers, the touchdown. When you reach the status that he has around the league, Brock, well, we all, at this point, expect him to be making plays like this when he's targeted down near the end zone.
I think we got ourselves a quitter. Yep. People don't finish games anymore. One thing goes wrong, they don't get a 4th down version. They're just supposed to be perfect all the time. So that first time to play some basketball.